Have you ever looked up at the night sky, seen that tiny red dot, and wondered, are we truly alone? Mars, our rusty neighbor, has fascinated humanity for centuries. We've sent rovers, orbiters, and landers, all searching for one thing: signs of life. But what if the evidence has been hiding in plain sight all along? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the hunt for life on Mars and exploring 59 of the most bizarre and baffling objects our rovers have photographed. Are they just rocks or something more? Let's start with the big picture. Why Mars? Well, billions of years ago, Mars was a very different place. It had a thicker atmosphere, flowing rivers, vast lakes, and maybe even oceans. The conditions were ripe for life to begin, just as it did here on Earth. But then something catastrophic happened. Mars lost its magnetic field. Its atmosphere was stripped away by solar winds, and the water either evaporated into space or froze underground. The planet became the cold, dry desert we see today. But could life have survived? Could it be clinging on in underground brines or hibernating, waiting for the right conditions to return? That's the billion-dollar question that drives NASA and other space agencies. Our robotic explorers, like Curiosity and Perseverance, are essentially geologists on wheels. They analyze rocks, drill into the surface, and sniff the thin Martian air for clues. And they've found some tantalizing hints. They've discovered complex organic molecules, the building blocks of life as we know it. They've detected mysterious plumes of methane gas that seem to appear and disappear with the seasons. On Earth, most methane is produced by living organisms. Could the same be true for Mars? While none of this is a smoking gun, it keeps the hope alive. It tells us the story of Martian life might not be over. Now let's get to the really fun part, the weird stuff. Over the years, the rovers have sent back millions of images, and eagle-eyed space fans have spotted some truly strange formations. Let's look at a few of the most famous ones. Remember the Mars blueberries? These are small spherical hematite concretions discovered by the Opportunity rover. On Earth, similar formations often form in water, which was a huge piece of evidence for Mars's wet past. Then there's the Mars rat. This image from the Curiosity rover shows what looks uncannily like a small rodent crouched between two rocks. Is it a petrified Martian creature? Scientists say it's a classic case of pareidolia, our brain's tendency to see familiar shapes like faces or animals in random patterns. The same explanation goes for the woman on Mars, the Martian squirrel, and even a supposed thigh bone. They are almost certainly just interestingly shaped rocks, sculpted by eons of wind erosion. But not everything is so easily dismissed as a trick of the light. Rovers have found objects that look manufactured. There's the golden foil found by Perseverance, which NASA later identified as a piece of thermal blanket from its own descent stage. We've found bits of heat shields, discarded netting, and even a tangled string-like object that looked almost biological before it was confirmed to be debris from the landing gear. It's a bit ironic, isn't it? We're searching for signs of alien life, and so far the most complex objects we've found are the litter we left behind. Let's run through a few more of these 59 oddities. There's the pyramid, a rock that's almost perfectly triangular, looking like a miniature version of the Great Pyramids of Giza. There's the cannonball, a perfectly round rock sitting alone on the flat terrain. Geologists explain these as products of natural erosion or concretions, but their perfect geometry is still striking. How about the traffic light? An image shows a rock with 3 circular holes arranged vertically, looking just like a traffic signal. Again, likely a product of wind carving out softer parts of the rock, but it definitely makes you do a double take. We've seen formations that look like spoons, flowers, books, and even a dragon spine on the side of a crater. Each one fuels a new wave of speculation online. While most of these 59 objects have plausible geological explanations, they serve an important purpose. They keep us engaged. They force us to look closer and ask, what if? Every time one of these images goes viral, it sparks a global conversation about our place in the universe and the possibility of life beyond Earth. It turns millions of people into armchair astronomers, poring over the latest data from another world. So what's the verdict? Have we found life on Mars? Not yet, at least not definitively. The rat, the woman, and the thigh bone are almost certainly rocks. But the organic molecules and the methane plumes? Those are scientific mysteries that we are still trying to solve. They point to a planet that was, and might still be, a dynamic and complex world. The search continues. The Perseverance rover is currently collecting rock samples that will be brought back to Earth in a future mission. For the first time, we'll be able to study Martian rocks in our most advanced laboratories here on Earth. This Mars sample return mission could be the one that finally answers the question. It could reveal microscopic fossils or chemical signatures that prove, once and for all, that life existed on Mars. And if we find it, if we find evidence that life started on 2 different planets in our own solar system, it would change everything. It would suggest that life isn't a rare miracle, but a common, natural outcome of planetary evolution. It would mean the universe is likely teeming with it. That red dot in the sky would no longer be a symbol of desolation, but a beacon of possibility. So the next time you see a weird picture from Mars online, don't just dismiss it as another rock. Let your imagination run wild for a moment, because while it probably is just a rock, it's a rock from another world, a world that might be holding the most profound secret in the history of science. It's a reminder that we are explorers in a vast, mysterious cosmos. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to the Red Planet. What do you think is the weirdest object found on Mars? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this cosmic exploration, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of space. See you next time.